Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is gonna be another get ready with me, and it's my personal version of summertime glam. I did this makeup look a few days ago and I really loved it. So I figured I would go ahead and film it for you guys. Plus I need to get ready anyways. I am doing a little girls' night dinner tonight with some of my girlfriends. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I've been using a new primer. It's the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Defense. I asked on Instagram for recommendations for sunscreens for summer. So I actually picked up two sunscreens. This is one of them. This is a true primer. The other one is just a regular everyday facial sunscreen. So I have been testing them out, and so far so good. I was kind of nervous about adding a straight up sunscreen into my routine. I didn't know how it was going to mesh with my makeup. So this one does leave a little bit of a white cast, but that's fine because we're gonna be putting makeup on top of it. I have worn this one a few times, and so far so good. My makeup wears fine over top. I did break out a little bit the other day. I don't know if it's because I've added sunscreen into my routine, not just with this particular product, but I've been using Supergoop as well. But I don't know, my face is cleared up again. So I am using these products again, and I'm gonna see if it's the sunscreen or if it was just like a weird hormonal thing. So I'm mixing two foundations today. It's the same foundation, just two different shades. It's the Dior Forever Foundation, and I've got the shade 20, which is my normal color, and then the shade 35 for when I'm tan. I don't think I'm dark enough to just use, I think I actually am. So I'm gonna just use the shade 35 today because I have been in the sun quite a bit, and I'm using a brand new sponge, and I need to tell you about these guys real quick. So this is the pack it came in. Love Beauty, Love Beaky, Focus on Beauty Tools. I found this on Amazon. The recommendation came from Courtney Shields on Instagram. If you follow her, she's a blogger on Instagram, and she loves these, and these have fantastic reviews on Amazon. So this is going to be a straight up first impression. I haven't used these yet, but it is so stinking soft. So I'm really excited to try it. It's super squishy. It's nice and squishy like the Real Beauty Blender, and it's squishier and softer than my Real Technique sponge. Okay, so let's, oh yeah, it is so soft. So light, so bouncy. And that pack of 5 was so inexpensive. I think it was like 13 bucks maybe. I could be wrong, but I'll have them linked down below. They have tons of reviews, and I think it was like almost 5-star reviews, and you get 5 in a pack, and they're all multicolored. Oh, this is doing a beautiful job. Okay, I'm converted. I am converted. So if you are looking for a new beauty sponge that is affordable, like this pack of 5 is less than one beauty blender at Sephora. It's even cheaper to buy this pack than it is to buy one of the Real Technique sponges, which that's really saying something. And this is softer than the Real Techniques. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna leave these linked down below. This is my first time using it. It has done a wonderful, beautiful job. I don't think I'm ever gonna go back, guys. I'm gonna keep using these. I'm curious to see how long they last, but I mean, it's nice and big. Let me apply my concealer and see how this blends out my concealer. I'm sure it's gonna be great, just like it did my foundation, but you know, first time using it and all. Blends it out beautifully. It's not soaking up any of my product. Yeah, everything's going on so smooth. This isn't picking up any of my product at all. It's blending it in like the real deal. Okay, so yeah, these sponges are 100% a dupe for the Beauty Blender. These are definitely larger and fatter than the Real Beauty Blender, but I like that. So you guys definitely need to try these if you haven't already. They are real winners. So I am going to do my cream contour. I don't do the full cream contour on a regular basis unless this is the only thing that I'm gonna wear. But I'm doing a full glam today. So I am going to put bronzer and everything over it. If I was doing this for every day, I wouldn't put anything else on top. I would just do the cream contour, set it with powder, and be done. But this is summertime glam, so I am going to be doing cream contour and then bronzing with powder. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that. And then this sponge is by Real Techniques. And don't worry about that black mark. It's, you know, the furniture pens. I washed it obviously, but it's stained. And it ain't coming out. But it's clean, so it's fine. I am using my Natasha Denona Blush and Bloom palette. Oh, sorry, it's the Bloom and Blush palette. I always call it the Blush and Bloom palette. So I don't think I've used this on camera yet. But I am actually gonna mix these two shades here. I only take like 2 pounces of the really dark color because this guy right here is super duper pigmented. And this sponge is also a Real Techniques sponge. I'm pretty sure it's called the Blush sponge. But it's just like a really beautiful flush. And it looks kind of intense, but once you set it with powder, the powder really mutes it. It's beautiful though. So like I said, whenever, like just on a regular everyday basis, I do all of my creams and then I set it with powder and I'm done. I don't think I'm gonna have to put any powder blush on over this because it's so vibrant. It may look a little crazy and clown-like, but trust me, when we do the powder, it is gonna really mute it. Now I'm going to do my cream highlight, also using the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Beauty Light Wand, and apply it to the tops of my cheeks and the bridge of my nose, and then I do a little bit on my lip. I'm gonna do a little bit above my brow as well. And then this is also a Real Techniques sponge. It's just teeny tiny. And I'm gonna use this guy to blend in the highlight. Look how pretty and just like glossy that is. I love these cream products from Charlotte Tilbury. The Hollywood ones are amazing. So, so good. Now I'm gonna go back to the sponge that I used for my foundation and my concealer, and I'm just gonna tap out my concealer one more time. I do have little lines and my concealer will settle if I don't set it right away. So I'm just like blending those out so that they're nice and smooth again so we can set the face with powder. I'm still using my Hourglass Mineral Veil. This is still my first container. I picked up a brand new pot during the Sephora Spring VIB sale because I noticed I was running out of this first one, but there was a lot more product left in it, so it was very deceiving. So this container, or this tub, whatever you want to call it, of the loose setting powder is really deceiving. There's a ton of product in there. So I use this to always set my nose and where all of my concealer was. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm still using the Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. I love it, it's my favorite. So if this were just a regular day, running errands, hanging out at home, or just doing whatever, I would just throw on some brows and some mascara, some lip gloss, and call it a day. You can still see the highlight and everything underneath the blush. See how I told you it mutes it with the powder on top? So my cheeks just look really pretty and flushed. I've got just like a very natural looking contour going on. So yeah, I really love these cream products. They are so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. I'm still using my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Soft Brown. I am on a new pot of this finally. I used up all of my other one. Well, not all of it. There was still some left on the sides, but y'all, it was dry and crusty. So it was definitely time for a new pot, but these pots last me like a whole year. Brows are done. I am going to bronze the skin some more, and I'm using this new Cover FX duo. It's one of the bronzer duos, and it's in Sun-Kissed Bronze, so it has a matte and a shimmer side. And then to apply it, I'm using this new to me as well Fenty bronzer brush, this 195. I've been into smaller brushes lately for bronzer, just for a more precise application, and this one's really nice and soft. So I just double tapped into both sides and just bronzing up the skin. I like to mix them together. This is so pigmented though, like you really have to be careful. The first time I used it, I was a bit too heavy-handed with it, to be honest, just because I'm not used to bronzers being that intense. and this one can get intense really quickly. So you do have to be careful what kind of brush you use with it. Make sure your brush isn't too dense because it picks up a crap ton of product. And since I used that cream bronzer on my nose, I just dusted a little bit of extra powder that was left over on my brush. My neck like always stays really light, so I always have to make sure my neck matches my chest. My chest is a little red. I sat in the sun for like 6 hours yesterday. Bronzer's done. I am going to apply some more highlight, and I've been loving this one by Pixie. It's the Delicate Dew one, and I just mix the two shades together. So pretty. I also really love using this as my brow bone and inner corner highlight, and I am definitely doing that today. It's just, I love this product. It's so glossy and shiny and pretty. I'm gonna take my Duo Fiber brush really quick and just buff everything out. Now we're gonna move on to shadow. I'm still loving my Natasha Denona Biba palette. Obsessed. I am taking this with me when we go on our trip very soon. We are leaving next week and I'm super pumped and excited. So the first shade that I'm gonna go in with is Freckle, and I'm just taking a big fluffy brush. Gonna apply that into the crease, all over my lid. I always apply my first shade just all over. Obviously not all the way up to my brow bone, but you get what I'm saying, like all throughout my crease and onto the lid. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lid shade next, and I am going to take Shine on my ring finger. Her shimmer shades are best applied with the finger, but recently, no matter what palette I use, I've been using my ring finger to apply the shimmer shades. I just feel like it picks up more product. It lays down product a lot more intensely than a lot of my brushes. Obviously, if I'm wanting to go for something a little bit softer, I will use a brush, but if I really want it to stand out, I'll use my finger. Next, I'm gonna take a little bit of Cocoa, and this is a Sigma E35. I'm going to apply this to my outer corner and start to bring that into the crease. I took a break from this brush for a while and now I'm back using it. My Sigma brushes have lasted me so long. They don't shed on me either. Sigma probably is the best brush brand for the quality versus price, you know what I mean? Like, they're not super cheap, they're not super expensive, but their brushes are really good quality and they last forever. Now I'm gonna go in with another Sigma brush. It's the E25, and I'm gonna go into Rayon, sorry. And I am going to put it in the same places that I put that other shade, Cocoa. Just try to stick a little bit under it just so they blend a little bit better. And I'm not completely covering up that color. I love this Rayon color though. It's like brown, but it's like got a hint of purple to it. And those colors work really well because I have green eyes, so I feel like they really look nice on me because they make my eyes pop quite a bit. Now I am going to take a little bit of Prairie and a little bit of Freckle together and go over my crease again, just like a little bit higher to kind of blend everything. I'm gonna go ahead and work on my lower lash line, and I'm just taking the shade Freckle and putting it on my lower lash line. I don't like to put the dark colors on my lower lash line because I don't want my eyes to look that dark, you know what I mean? So I always take like the lightest color. That is it for the Natasha Denona palette. Now I'm gonna do my brow bone and inner corner highlight using the Pixie palette. Well, I guess it's not a palette, it's the Pixie Duo. And I just take both, apply it to my brow bone. I need to do my brows again. before I go on my trip. And this is the MAC 242, I think. Kason, what you doing, baby? Okay. I heard his feet before I saw him. He likes to sneak in here. All right, we're almost done. I'm gonna curl my lashes. I'm not doing any eyeliner today. It's like sometimes I like using eyeliner and sometimes I don't. It's like a mood for me. It just depends on what mood I'm in. Let me go ahead and set my brows really quick. I've had this tube of Benefit Gimme Brow for so long. I can't believe it hasn't dried up yet. They last forever. And I'm not using a lash primer today, guys. Like, who am I? I'm just using the Voluminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. I've really just been loving this mascara. It's volumizing, it lengthens, it doesn't smudge on me, it doesn't flake. It's affordable, and it never fails. I always get mascara on like my lid or like my brow bone crease area. So I always have to wait a couple minutes when it dries so that I can wipe it off with a Q-tip. But it never fails, no matter what I do. I always get mascara somewhere on my eyes. Gonna do my lower lashes off camera so I don't really make a mess of things. Gonna do my lips and then we are done. Let me get a mirror of some kind. See if I can be one of those that holds a mirror and still applies it on camera, because I'm a little weird about that. Okay, so Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner. And then for lipstick, I am using Penelope Pink by Charlotte Tilbury. It's the newest one to my collection, and I think it might be like my favorite one. Such a pretty nude color. Y'all know how hard it is to find like a really good nude that works for you. And this one, not to brag or anything, but it works really well for me. All right, y'all, this is the final look. It is my Summertime Glam. Absolutely love it. It's so long wearing. I have not done a setting spray yet. I didn't bother doing it on camera because everybody knows how to facial spray your face, or spray your face. But I'll probably use the Urban Decay All Nighter, just depending on the time of day, or if I've already had makeup on, or if I'm touching up, I'll either use Urban Decay All Nighter or MAC Fix Plus. But since it's super hot outside, I have been using the Urban Decay All Nighter more. But this is the final result. I absolutely love it. My favorite glam look right now. I don't even need to do a favorites video because literally all the products that I use today are my favorites right now. The products that I use the most, the products that I reach for the most, that I'm using on a daily basis. So I love it. I think the face is super just like airbrushed, not over the top. It is just super nice and bronzy. And I really like it. My hair is a little crazy. I just got done curling it. But yeah, I really love this makeup look, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching me get ready. Watching Get Ready With Me's and tutorials and things like that are some of my favorite videos to watch, so I hope they're some of your favorites as well. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys again in my next one. Bye.